Welcome to this educational video entitled Using Feedback to Improve Proficiency. This video is part of the professional learning series entitled Intentional Second Language Teaching. To correct or not to correct? That is not the question. Do your learners make errors when they communicate in their second or third language? Do you hear the same mistakes repeated frequently? Sometimes, errors persist despite our best efforts to correct learners during classroom oral interaction. Let's think about how we can support learners in their language development. What is corrective feedback? According to Roy Lister, corrective feedback is a response from the teacher to statements made by learners that contain an error. In other words, teachers offer corrective feedback by noticing a learner's error and offering directions or clues about how to correct that error. This practice is formative and personalized, and when it is used thoughtfully, it encourages the learner to notice the error and self-correct. In this sense, it can also be seen as assessment as learning. Corrective feedback can be given for written and spoken production. This video will focus on oral competency. Offering clear and precise corrective feedback on a regular basis about language form allows the learner to progress regardless of the subject area. This practice guides the learner towards autonomy because effective corrective feedback supports self-monitoring. Certain types of corrective feedback explicitly provide the learner with the correct form. Other types prompt the learner to self-correct by offering hints and the necessary time to reflect or notice the error. According to Carol and Swain, corrective feedback includes any correction that explicitly or implicitly indicates that the statement made by the learner does not conform to the target language. Now we will talk about the different types of corrective feedback. Are there some techniques that you use more frequently with your learners? Are there others that you might be able to add to your repertoire? The types of corrective feedback that provide learners with the correct form are explicit correction and recasts. When using explicit correction, the teacher provides the learner with the correct form while drawing attention to the error.
So what's in your lunch for today?
So today I have lots of foods.
So foods, okay. So you would say lots of food, not foods. There's no S at the end.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Lots of food.
Nice, nice. What kind of food?
When using recasts, the learner's statement is implicitly corrected by eliminating the error.
So what kind of things are there out in space?
There's lots of satellites.
There are satellites?
There are satellites.
There are, yeah, nice. That's excellent. What else is out in space?
The types of corrective feedback that prompt the learner to self-correct while providing hints are clarification requests, error repetition, metalinguistic clues, and elicitation. When using clarification requests, the teacher pretends to not have understood.
Is there anything maybe you need to ask me?
Yeah. Can I pass in my 作业 after my guitar practice?
I don't understand doye. What? Can you help me out?
Oh, my duty, my schoolwork at home.
Oh, your homework.
Yes.
Your homework. Yeah, you can hand that in after.
When using repetition, the teacher repeats the erroneous statement by modifying intonation.
So what are you eating for snack today?
I have an apple.
Apple?
An apple.
An apple. Oh, is it one of the sour ones?
When using metalinguistic clues, the teacher makes a comment or poses a question that highlights a problem in the learner's statement.
My father are leaving on a trip.
Would you say my father are leaving?
My father is leaving.
Yeah, excellent. Oh, where's he going?
When using elicitation, the teacher tries to solicit the correct form by using questions or a sentence starter.
And then if you put an uppercase at the start, what would you do here?
Oh yeah. I think you put a dot at the end.
Yeah, it would be, but can you think of another word than dot?
Period.
A period at the end of a sentence. Good job, that's awesome.
When teachers correct learners, it is important to consider the goal of the correction and the context in which the corrective feedback is used, including factors such as the age, language level, maturity, self-confidence, motivation, learning style, and the learning goals of each learner. We have spoken about different types of corrective feedback. Now think again about these questions. Which types do you use the most often with your learners? Which types can you add to your repertoire? At this point, it is essential to highlight the importance of creating a safe classroom climate in order to facilitate the practice of corrective feedback between teacher and learners. It is also important to note that in addition to using corrective feedback in the language class, there is also a place for it in content courses, such as science, mathematics, or social studies. However, we must ensure that corrective feedback does not interfere with comprehension of concepts or with the communication of meaning on the part of the learner. That being said, if the error does interfere with meaning, it must be corrected. It is important to talk about this practice with your learners and explain to them how it can help them improve their oral competency. Sometimes it is difficult for learners to accept corrective feedback or to be corrected by the teacher or other learners. For this reason, it is essential to create a respectful classroom environment. To sum up, the teacher must offer a variety of types of corrective feedback according to the learner's needs and give time for learners to self-correct. Learning a second or an additional language is a journey that sometimes has its obstacles. You know your learners, you know their strengths, their linguistic needs, their experiences in second language learning, and their goals. Along the way, teachers and learners work together in a positive learning environment to achieve both collective and individual goals. Corrective feedback can help learners attain those goals.